What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Electra protocol today. This one comes to us at the request of the Gerent or the Gerent group. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I know how you spell it. It's Gerent. I think the Gerent Group LLC. Sounds like a company profile, maybe. I don't know, but this one's for you, whoever you are, requesting that out there, and this one's for everybody watching as well. Doesn't have a whole lot of data. Looking at it, XEP, right? Let's see. If I type in USD, there's only two. There's whatever I don't know Mex Global is, but I know what Bittrex is. So we're gonna use that. Let's go on Mex Global actually and see if there's more historical data, because there's nothing wrong with that. Not more historical, and it looks worse. So let's use this chart. So looking at it on a monthly, this thing's only been around since about the last bull market, and it's just had a straight shot down, and that's okay. So not a whole lot to go off of, unfortunately, and I mean that's really not that big of a deal. But let's see, bottom to top, kind of bottoming around the 1414. Maybe it goes lower though. There's no real significance that we have bottomed yet. Looking at the RSI on the weekly, I do not like it. I really don't like it at all, actually. I'm having trouble getting above the 50. When you do, it's short-lived. You have no problem living below the 50, and you've been oversold. You have not really been overbought since your initial pump back over here, and that's not really a good look in my opinion. Though on the price, you do have somewhat of a double bottom. I don't know if that's a double bottom. Let's see from bottom to bottom here. That is 18% of a difference, so not really that much of a double bottom. Not a whole lot of volume coming into this thing. It is, I looked it up on CoinGecko here. It is number 1,161. It's a $5 million market cap with a total circulating supply of 17.7 billion and a total potential supply of 29.5 billion. Fully diluted supply would be about, what is that, like 60% more than its current market cap, something like that, which I don't normally like to see, but in something that's this low of a cap, I guess it's okay, because you can risk a low amount of money and see a high amount of reward, right? Something like this, if it was to gain serious traction and see a $5 billion market cap, which is totally achievable in crypto, that would be a 100x right there. A $50 billion market cap, still completely achievable in crypto, that would be a 1000x. So again, with those kind of numbers, you don't need to bet the farm. If this thing is something that you guys are interested in, I really would not recommend putting a lot of money into it until it shows that it is actually going up and that there is some interest in this thing. It's okay to speculate on it. It's okay to buy. I'm not going to buy it personally, and I wouldn't recommend anybody that I know buy it. But if you are curious, if you know about this project and there's something you know about it that I don't, or maybe you're just feeling frisky, there's nothing wrong with throwing money into this thing, but do not bet the farm, And would it be a good time to buy here? I guess that's the question, isn't it? I would think on a weekly basis, looking at this RSI, I would think that you want to go lower, maybe at least down to the oversold zone again, where if you did that, you would actually, I mean, technically right now you're actually forming some bullish divergence. No, you're not actually, but if you were to go lower in price, you bounce off this oversold zone. Even if you get into it, you have a chance of forming some bullish divergence. The first ever, no, I guess not the first ever, but the second ever bullish divergence that you'd have on this chart. And the last time you had bullish divergence, you saw a nice move week to week. You pumped up 100, and you probably pumped over 200%. Let's see, low to high here, 580% over a 3-week period. So that's nice to see. It definitely does have some moves, right? There's just not a whole lot of volume coming in, which whatever, that's okay. But there's just no interest in this thing. You can see that there's no interest because it's so spotty. But that's what you get with a low cap coin, Looking at it on the daily, I don't like this RSI either, personally. Anytime you get overbought, it's very, very short-lived. It's just an area for you to reject. You spend most of your time in the bearish area of control. You definitely spend most of your time going down. Maintaining resistance. You are showing some respect on this 123, which I do like to see. Unfortunately, you're showing it to the downside. So at the moment, I would be bearish until seeing some more bullish implications in the chart, and right now you just don't have any. On a daily time frame, I very much would expect that you do come down to this oversold zone. Maybe you go up a little bit from here and then continue to go down, but I would expect that you do that. on a weekly basis, I think you've yet to have your lowest weekly close. I don't know if you'll go lower than this low. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I do think you'll close lower than this low. Maybe that will mark the bottom for you. Maybe you'll form the bottom on this bullish divergence, and then it's go time. But something to watch. If you have a a chart, or you use TradingView or whatever app, and you have the RSI, I would definitely watch for that. Watch for the weekly close. See how it reacts with that bullish divergence. If you start getting some moves up that are significant and some volume coming in, there could be other people watching this that have been waiting for the right time to get in, and that could be the signal. There's really not a whole lot to go off of as far as fibs from bottom to top here. I mean, you could go all the way down to 3011. You could go all the way down there. If we were to take a bottom here to the top right here, you know, it's kind of in that area that you could go. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Maybe this, where there's more volume and more like kind of significance in the price action. Maybe that low to this high. Yeah, you bounced off the 1414. You're kind of flirting with it now. Maybe you do go down to the 1618. Maybe you do. Maybe you have yet to see your technical all-time low. Regardless, though, of wherever this thing does go, I think it is going lower for the time being. Likely will see a lower weekly close than this. Just because you get that bearish or a bullish divergence presenting itself on the first week does not mean that it's ready to go just yet. Right, we could close. You could probably drop like not even 1% from here. Let's see, how much would that be? Maybe a little bit more than 1%. Yeah, like you could drop 1.7% from here, and I guess technically 2% from here, a little bit more than that, and you would have bullish divergence presenting itself, but it could drop lower than that, right? It could have presented itself, keep going lower. This RSI could keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down, and then whenever it looks like you're almost about to break that bullish divergence, it could turn around right there. Maybe you even do go below it and you form some kind of a double bottom and you still turn around. So again, just because you have it, don't be eager to buy. Just because you see that happen, don't be eager to buy. But I would be patient. I would wait for this thing. If you can snag prices below this all-time low, I think you'll feel really smart. But really, in my opinion, I would say it's probably a decent time to DCA once you're below this 1414. That would be my genuine opinion, and I do think you'll see prices below there. So I don't really have anything else to say on this thing. This chart doesn't have a whole lot, unfortunately, for me to look at. I very much don't like looking at charts that look like this. It gives me a headache. And that you can still do TA on it, but I don't like it, man. I personally don't like. It's not that I don't like the project. I don't know anything about the project. Maybe it does good, maybe it doesn't. We can go over some bullish things, right? If this thing was to break its all-time high, which I wouldn't count as this first day madness, I would count this as its all-time high right here. You know, this chart is so small. Maybe we can look at it on a daily basis. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to count that. So anyways, back out on the monthly. If this thing was to have a bullish bull cycle and it was to break its all-time highs, you could see a price growth from its current price up to, you know, maybe you see a 31x, maybe you see a 91x, something like that. That's totally possible from the current price. If it goes lower, where I think it's going to go, you know, somewhere around here, maybe even a little bit lower, a 100x is completely in the cards. Even from here, a 100x is completely in the cards. It's a low enough market cap that it could do that, but being ranked 1,161, as you get out of the top 200 and you're looking for coins that are going to 100x, 1000x, multi-100x, whatever, the odds of you finding one, it's like there's going to be like 5, maybe 10, 15 coins out of like 2,000 coins that will perform well and work their way into the top 100. Will this be one of them? It could be. I don't know. I really don't know too much about it, but I wouldn't bet on this thing personally. It doesn't have my interest. It might do really well. I'm not trying to dog on it, but I'm personally not going to buy it myself. But as far as the TA goes, that's all I have to say on it. I think a little bit lower, and then we can talk and see if this thing wants to go higher. If you want to have hopes for this thing, you want it to do good in the coming bull market, the first thing that you need to do is break this lower high, lower low structure that you've been in since the existence of this thing. If you can break that, and really at the current point in time, you know, if you go lower, I would say technically you have a long ways to go. You want to break above about, what is that? That's 30857. Break above 30857, and then we can start talking. Until then, it's a very speculative, very high risk high reward potential asset. Again, don't bet the farm on this thing. With a 100x, a 1000x potential, you really don't need to bet a whole lot of money, especially in uncertain times. You could, even if this thing was to 10x from here, from its current price, it would still be a multi-hundred xable coin, right? And a 10x from its current price would be back up here. I would start to feel much more confident in talking about, the potential future for this thing once we saw something like that. But down here and with its current existence like this, I'm not too confident in it just yet. It's got a lot of proving to do. So yeah, that's really all I got to say. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.